Hello everybody, here we have one of my favorite bands, Depeche Mode, and this is their first hit, Just Can't Get Enough. Alright, very synth heavy song of course, and so we'll just be arranging a lot of these synth parts for guitar. I think it sounds pretty cool though, and hopefully you do too, so we'll just dive right in. We have this intro synth right here, and it's going to start just like the next one will, but this one at the very beginning, it has a different ending, a slightly drawn out ending. So we'll just get through it here. We got the first three measures, which I like to play this with a bass note on it. So will be the 3 on the E for the G. All right, and the first couple notes, we hit that together with an open G string. So, all right, and just try to keep them kind of short. All right, from here, I do a bass note hit, then an open string, bass note hit, open string. Alright, and then we do second on the G with that bass note. And then hit the bass note on the 3 with an open B. Okay. Alright, and then we would just repeat that 3 times. So slowly here. Okay. Alright, you just get that down and you get it up to tempo. Alright, and like I said, this fourth measure here at the beginning, it's slightly drawn out. So it's going to be with the bass note, the 3, and then we hit a 1 on the B string here. Okay. Then keeping the bass note on all this, then we do an open B to 2 on the G to open B. Okay. So it's a little different than we're going to do here next in the main synth part here. So just put that all together. Alright, and as I mentioned, once we get some bass coming in there and some drums in there with it, and it starts picking up, it's going to start the same way. Alright, but now once we get to that fourth measure, we're going to hit just 2 bass notes with the open G. Okay, just like we would start normally. And then we hit the 3 bass note on the E, and then a 1 on the B, and then the bass note to open B, and then we do bass note with the 2 on the G, and the bass note with the open B. Okay, so it kind of looks the same, but it's played like a lot faster here. Okay, so that last part, just slowly now. Okay. Okay, so then you just get it up to tempo. Happens all pretty quick there. And you know, if you don't want to put that bass note in there, if it's just too tough for you, then you could just do the higher strings and probably get away with that, no big deal. So it would just be like alright, and the bass comes in, and this is where we can kind of get the chords if you wanted to just do some straight up chords for the song. Alright, so it would just be a couple of B's, and I like to play it the bar chord style because the following chord is a lot easier to do from this position, I'd say. Okay, so it would just be, you know, bar the 3 for the G here, and then we do the 5, 5 on the A and D, and the 4 on the G. Alright, and we just do a couple strums on that, and then rest. And then now we do this next chord, which is G suspended 4, And basically all you need to do for this here is you just take that pinky, bring it down onto the 5 of the G. And I don't worry so much about the D string now, because it'd be kind of tricky to move all that just to get back to that redundant G there. But okay, so and then we just hit that once. Okay, and then just go back to that G. Okay. Okay, something like that. Got that feel to it. Okay, we do that twice, and now we move up to a C, and here we can just drop down to the next set of strings. Okay, so that we're on the 3 of the A, and then just bar the 5s on the D, G, B. And here it's the same deal where we just hit that twice, and now we do a C suspended 4, which in this form is super easy. We just bring the pinky and hit the 6 on the B. Okay, hit that once, and then go back to the C. Alright, and we repeat that part twice, and then we just loop this whole thing. Alright, now we give a different synthesizer that comes in during the verse, and it looks pretty similar to what we've been doing. Nothing too drastically different here. Alright, and I like to hit the bass note with this too. If you don't want to, you can just hit the higher string notes, but I think it sounds really cool with this. So we would just do like we usually do in the earlier synth, where we're doing the 3 on the E with the open G twice. Then we go 3 to open, 3 to open. And then here we just finish it by doing 2 on the D to open D with the 3 bass notes here. Okay. Okay. Alright. And then we do up to a C now. So we're doing the bass note at the 3 of the A, and then we're on the 1 on the B, and we just start that the same way as we did the last part. Okay, and for this, we're going to bring the pinky to the 3 on the B, hit it with the bass note, and then we hit the bass note again, and then an open E. Okay, let's try that all together. And like I said, if you want to just go, it's up to you. There you go. All right, there's a pre-chorus section in here where it kind of switches to some new chords, and this will be following kind of what the bass synth is doing here. Okay, so it would be a D twice, and then we do a couple more strums, kind of staggered. It's kind of a tricky timing you gotta get there, so something like that. And then we move to an E minor, do it the same way. Now C to D. Alright, so let's put it all together. Alright, and as far as the synth going on, the lead synth for the pre-chorus, pretty simple, just picking through some notes here, kind of scaling a bit. We just hit a 5 on the E, okay, to 3. Alright, and then we do 7, 5, 3. Alright, and then we come up to 8, 7, 8. Okay, then we do 10, 8, 7. Okay. Alright, now we get into some kind of solo synth interlude sections here. And this one's pretty fun. It's pretty high up. Okay, so it's got a unique sound to it. And we're going to bring it up to 12 on the E. And we go 12 to 10. Alright, to 12B. And it happens pretty quick here, so we're just... Alright. Now we do 12G. And then repeat that first part. 12, 10 to 12 on a B. Okay, so. Alright, and now we scale up to the next section where we do 10 on the B to 12. Alright, and now into this third measure, we do 13 on the B, 17 on the E, 15, now 17 on the B. Okay. Alright, and now to finish it, we do that 13 on the B, 17 E, 15, then come all the way up here, do 20 on the E, and then bring it back down by going 17 to 15. Okay, so some really high up stuff here. Alright, so we'll just try it slowly now. Alright, the next section of this synth solo here, and this section happens again later on in the song too. It's kind of a key change also, and we'll get to that with the chords for it next. But as far as the synth solo going on there, we'll be at the 10 on the B, hit that a couple times, to 9 on the E, back to 10 on the B. Okay, now 10 to 9 on the E, couple 10s on the B, and then to 9 on the G. Okay, try it slow. Alright. That's about where you want it. Alright. And now we shift that down to 7s here on the G and the B. Okay, so we're going to go 7G, 7B, 7G. 8 to 7 on the B. Couple 7s on the G. And then finish it with a 7 on the D. Alright, and then we just bring it back up and pretty much repeat the first measure. Alright, and then for the fourth measure, we do this kind of lead up with some chords. And this way we'll play it with the 7 on the B, 5 on the E. Hit that once, and then we come up and do 8B, 7E. Slide that up a fret, so we're 9B, 8E. Alright. And once we get to this point, we want to hit this 3 times here. And then hit it again and slide it up once to 10 and 9. Okay, so it sounds something like... Okay, something like that. Alright, now for the chords during that small little second part of the synth solo there. It just changes to A. Okay, so we'll do the A like we usually do with the kind of that turnaround section, that pre-chorus part. Strum it the same way. To to D, back to A. Alright, and then here we just do kind of a changing up of the chords here. So we hit D once, then an E minor, F minor, to F sharp minor. Okay, this would just be something like. Alright. And if you wanted to, you could play it higher, you know, like whatever sounds better to you. Alright, and this final synth part that comes in, alright, we'll be back here where we're, if you choose to, you can hit the bass notes with it on the third fret of the E. And we're just hitting some open Gs. Then we just hit an open D alone. Okay, to the 3 bass note here. And then we do a couple of open Bs by themselves. Second on the G with the bass note. And then open G with the bass note. Okay, so something like. Right. Alright. And now we bring it up to a C. Okay, hitting the third on the A with the ones on the B. Open G. 3 bass note on the A, couple of open E's, and then hit the 3 bass note with a 3 on the B, to 1 on the B with that 3 bass note. Okay. Alright. And each of these are twice. Okay, and just put it together here. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.